Hello everybody, and you are not wrong in realizing what in the actual hell is this? Purrrfect Date. It's a brand new game that came out that I got on Humble Bundle the last time, so I figured I'd share it with you. Let's begin. First off, let me see, how do we play? Boom! You can progress the story by hitting either the space or enter buttons. Alternatively, you can progress the story by left-clicking here. If you're feeling a little spicy, you can even progress the story by left-clicking this icon. Ooh. Rest to restore your health. Running out of hearts may have consequences. Finishing 3 research events result in the completion of your contract, ending your current chapter. So make sure you've done everything you want before finishing the research for the professor. Keep an eye out for anything odd. Curiosity may have killed the cat, but it might lead you to some fun extras. Well then, let's play. Chapter 1. Enter name. Okay. And I am I that guy? Am I that guy? Ooh, he's steamy hot. Or am I that guy? I'll pick this guy. Meow. Autosave notification. I am an angel and I accept. Not so long. I'm not sure how long we've been sailing, but it feels like forever. I'm not feeling too well now, so it's a huge relief to hear the deck lad shout, "Island approach! Make yourself ready!" I'm finally here. When I applied last month, I was just another broke student living off baked beans and didn't really think I had a chance of being accepted to be part of the prestigious Cat Island research team. Yet, here it is. The little black dot in the distance, growing bigger by the second, is the infamous Cat Island, the place I will call home for the next few months. My heart momentarily skips a beat. What if there's been a mistake? What if they accepted someone else's application and accidentally sent the offer to me? I rummage about in my bag until I find the papers. DPRI, DP Corporation. Dear Fisher, we are pleased to be able to offer you the position of research assistant to Professor Purrrfect at our research facility on Cat Island. The position will be for an initial period of 8 weeks. Your contract will be sent separately. We look forward to working with you. Yours sincerely, Professor Purrrfect, PhD, BSc, HONS, DPG. No mistake. That's my name, right there in the top left-hand corner, Fisher. And there's his name at the bottom, the genius behind this whole operation. Professor Purrrfect, science genius and my new boss. I look up from my papers to see my dry land rapidly approaching before us. It seems to be surrounded by a huge barrier of impenetrable black rocks. As we get closer, we're not slowing down, and I begin to worry that we're going to crash into them. Then, at the very last moment, we take up a sharp turn to the left, and suddenly we're sailing smoothly towards a jetty through an opening in the rocks. I blew out the breath that I'd been holding and break into a smile. Nicely done, Skipper! The ferryman comes from behind the steering wheel, ignoring my attempts at camaraderie, and shouts rather brusquely, "Take all your belongings. We won't be back for days, so don't leave nothing that you'll need." "Thank you." I smile weakly at the ferryman and his son, and pick up my bags, ready to disembark. We glide seamlessly to the wooden jetty, and the sun leaps ashore to tie us off. He's greeted by a bulky man in a uniform, who I take to be a security officer of some kind. "Sir, I caught you a mouse." And then he laughs loudly as though he said the funniest thing he's ever heard. It's very discerning. The security guard remains surly and turns his attention to me. "Let's be having you then." He holds out his large hand, which I assume is an offer to help me off the boat. But as I reach out to take it, he snatches it away, throwing me off balance, so I almost fall over the side. What a great start. ID card. Oh, I see, of course. I reach into my back pocket and hand over the laminated card I was given on the mainland. Oh, I was born. Wow, I am young. horribly young. One second. I really wish I could pause this or edit stuff, but I am not good at that at all. And people want my attention. He barely looks at it before striding off, grunting over his shoulder. This way. I follow him down a dirt track path and get my first proper view of the island. It's beautiful, lush and green. I'm already under its spell. After no more than a couple of minutes trekking, we're in a base camp, which consists of an assortment of tents and huts. Among them are two more solid-looking structures, one larger and one smaller. I presume these are the labs. The whole camp is moderate, but functional. It reminds me of an army outpost. I'm struck by the lack of people, in fact. There's no one around apart from an older woman sitting outside, peeling a pile of potatoes. I smile and give her a little nod, but she just stares back at me. I just realized I have my safety shields from work still on my glasses. Overtime today. Much better. I try not to get paranoid. Here. He stopped at the largest of the tents, indicating that I should go inside. I feel rude just walking in, so I make my presence known first. Ahem. Hello? A firm but friendly voice calls out. Come. I walk in, and there he is, hunched over some documents. The great Professor Palmer. Sir, it's an honor to meet you. Yes, yes. You must be Fisher. Come on in, my dear. Glad to have you on board. Good journey. Why do you call me dear? I'm a boy. Well, along. Yes, indeed, but rather tucked away here. Let me offer you some refreshment. Water, coffee, something stronger, perhaps? Whiskey? It would be rude to let you drink whiskey on your own. Well, if you're having one, it would be rude to let you drink whiskey on your own. Jolly good. I can tell you and I are going to get along famously. He takes a swig from the bottle and passes it to me. I try not to show my self-consciousness and serendipity. Wipe the neck with my sleeve before taking a modest sip. Ooh. It will take you a while to find your way around and discover how it works. So, for today, I thought I would just get you kitted out and maybe introduce you to some of the locals. The cats, that is. I believe you've already met most of the human locals. Oh, I've only met the ferryman and the security guard who brought me here. Yes, that's about it. And the lady outside? Ah, Miss Marigold. Her and her husband are the caretakers. Wonderful couple, the Marigolds. You'll meet them before too long. We're a tidy little family here, Fisher, and I'm sure you'll fit in nicely. Thank you, sir. I hope so. Okay, so first things first, this is your basic kit. He begins going through a pile of things on his desk, explaining each of them in turn. This is your backpack. You can put everything in it. We will be going on plenty of field trips, so it will be very useful. As will your own water bottle. Some disinfectant hand spray. Ah, these are heavy-duty reinforced gloves, which are essential when tagging cats out in the wild. Don't want any scratches from the felines. We don't know now, do we? I suppose not. I shove each item into my new backpack as he gives them to me. Likewise, these goggles are to be brought along on all field trips. He indicates to a small pile of what looks like laundry. Basic uniform, lab coats, mask, stethoscope, etc. Portable first aid kit, camping knife with all tool attachments. Finally, without doubt, most importantly, this! He holds up something that looks a lot like a mobile phone, except it clearly isn't. It's a cat Pokedex. This is your... oh my god. Cat-a-log. I mean, I appreciate the pun. Catalog? Yes, the name comes from the earliest version. It was initially designed to record and store data on the cats, scan them, and log their details. But as you see, we've come a long way since then. very valuable piece of equipment, Fisher. I need you to protect it above all else. Do you understand? Nah. He's looking me directly in the eye and clearly expects a response. Yes, sir, of course, I will look after it. Good, you'll get to know all the functions as you go along. But for now, I suggest we take a stroll out and see if we can find a few friends to introduce you to so that you can try it out. He hands me the gadget. I feel a bit nervous taking charge of it, but also really keen to have a go. This music's got it going on. We head down to the beach, Professor explaining things as we go. The mixture of terrain on Cat Island is quite unique, even in such a relatively small area. You'll find forests, mountains, jungle, beaches, woodland, all of these different geological and ecological zones in one place. It really is most remarkable. It certainly is. Even the lack of wildlife is, in itself, quite remarkable. What do you mean, Professor? Well, put simply, there is a type of force field that surrounds the island, disallowing anything to enter. You mean, literally anything? Absolutely. No birds, fish, or creatures of any kind can penetrate it. Forgive my lack of intelligence on the subject, but, we're here? The professor lets out a discreetly loud laugh. Ah, I see what you mean. Well, there is, of course, one small break in this invisible wall, and that is where we built the jetty. But let's not get too bogged down in all this right now. What you need to know that, basically, the island is shaped like a peanut. He has picked up a nearby stick and draws a simple map on the sand. This is the end of our island, and very well known to us. We've been researching here for many years. The other end is not so familiar to us. We have encountered difficulties that have hindered our progress in the region. What type of difficulties, Professor? Well, we're not sure as we'd like to be, but what I can tell you is that the environment has an adverse effect upon humans, inducing nausea at the very least. And at the worst, fainting, migraines, possible nerve damage. Gosh, that is serious. As I say, it's best to keep away, but let's not go into all that now, my dear. You've had a long day. For now, let's just say that we refer to the far end of the island as the danger zone. With good reason. I must ask you not to put yourself at risk by venturing beyond this mountain range here. He refers to the map once more, drawing a line just past the center and an X through the end section. Aha! There are wild, aggressive cats out there. I wouldn't want you getting too close to them. Unlike our lovely fellows closer to home. He has led me to a spot where the few cats are lounging about. What do you say we try out your catalog now, Fisher? He stoops down and picks up one of the animals, a disgruntled-looking cat who is sleeping under the shade of a palm tree. The cat lets out a displeased meow, but doesn't struggle. Its large body, billowing with long orange fur, just sort of hangs in the professor's arms in lazy resignation. Would you like to have a go at scanning this delightful chap? I find the on switch and somewhat timidly activated. The gadget immediately comes to artificial life, emitting a boop 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 sound with a red pulsing light. I select the app called Cat Scan, and it loads instantly. There's no delay on this thing. The professor holds the cat towards me with arms outstretched. I'm sure he said the scanning chip is implanted in the back of the neck somewhere, but it's difficult to find this one's neck amidst the thick cloud of fur. I blow to make a parting and press the catalog to his skin. It's a bit like scanning groceries in the supermarket where I used to work. That should do it. And it plops the marmalade Tom back to the shade. Sure enough, upon withdrawal, I find the cat has been successfully scanned. Meow. Floofy Butt. Name, Floofy Butt. Gender, male, age 10 years old, 4 months. Breed, red tabby. Persian, eye color, red. Oh, amazing! Clever, isn't it? A large part of your job here will be to tag and scan the cats, such as Mr. Floofy Butt here. But it looks like you'll have no problems at all in that area. Excellent work, Fisher. Thank you, sir. I can't wait to get started. Well, why don't you get a bit more practice with the catalog and scan the rest of them while we're here. These 5 spend a lot of time together. They're like a little family, aren't you? Oh, yes, you are. Professor seems a more genuine cat lover like me. I think we're going to get on great. Okay, here goes. No help this time. The professor steps back. The first cat I approach is very friendly with beautiful calico markings. It comes towards me, already purring. Meow. Trixie. Female, age 3 years, 8 months, calico American, short hair, eye color green. Next is an elegant, sleek, hairless cat, sitting gracefully in the sun. She doesn't pay me much attention and allows me to scan her with minimal fuss. Meow. Snooty Booty! Female, 11 years, 1 month. Breed Sphinx. Eye color blue. The fourth cat I approach is a noisy one. Meow, 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 meow. McMurphy. McMurphy. Ginger, male, 6 years, brown, crossbreed. And finally the one I've deliberately put off until last. He's been skulking around the edges of the activity, eyeing me suspiciously as though he could pounce at any moment. I laugh at myself, already projecting personalities onto these animals. Oh, Kibbles. Kibbles, male, 3 years, white British long hair. All done. I hope you enjoyed meeting some of the locals. The professor lets out a little laugh. I have a feeling you'll get to know them quite well in time. It's probably enough of your first day, don't you think? It's quite a lot to take in. I am suddenly exhausted and grateful to be heading back to camp. Saving. It's quite late by the time I've unpacked and settled myself, but I want to write my journal entry before I sleep. I'm surprised at how chilly it is. I have pulled my sleeping bag right up to my chin, but I still feel goose pimples bloom over my arms. Shivering, I rub them to warm myself up. It makes me smile to think that this inherent reaction to the cold is what will be keeping my new feline friends warm tonight. My eyelids close, thinking of cats and the island and the professor. The world around me drifts away as I float up into a dream. Creepy. I'm not sure how long I've been asleep, but I wake with a violent jolt that leaves me sitting bolt upright. It's too dark to see anything, but I hear a rustling and then a strange electronic noise, one that in my sleepy confusion I can't place right away. Boop, boop, boop. The catalog! Acting on instinct, I scramble to my feet and follow the noise out of the tent. I look around me and fears are confirmed when I catch sight of a pulsing red light getting fainter in the direction of the forest. I snap into action, running as fast as I can. Barefoot, dressed in my pajamas, running at full speed into the forest in the dark of the night. I must be crazy. The words of Professor Purrrfect ring in my ears. I need you to protect it above all else. My legs are trembling beneath me. I stop, feeling my heartbeat huff heavy throughout my body. I wheeze in and out, my breath billowing in front of me in white puffs. I shouldn't feel like this. Why am I so dizzy? I try to get my bearings and realize I've blundered perilously close to the danger zone. Make out the shapes of some large animals in front of me before my eyes close and I drop to my knees. Oh. I open my eyes. The calico cat I scanned yesterday is sitting in front of me. She drops the catalog at my feet. I pass out. Aw, kitty bathing. Hello. Can you hear me? Are you okay? What is it? Don't be ridiculous, Kibbles. It's a human. Oh yeah, yuck. I can smell it now. It smells like a human. Oh, do be quiet. Are you alive? Of course it's alive. It's breathing, you imbecile. Why isn't it moving? Would you come on and give them space? Move back a bit. Yes, stand back. Move out of my way. Let me have a proper look. I begin to come to. The Sphinx cat is standing over me as I open my eyes. We stare at each other for a moment while I try to take in what's happening. Is this one defective? Oh, I feel sick. I'm gonna puke. Cats watch me intently. Am I going insane? Ouch, my head. What is it chattering about? They're scared and confused. Let me talk to them. Human. Are you alright? You! I remember! You took my catalog! Oh, but I gave it back to you. It's back in your pocket now. I try to reach into my pocket and realize my hands are scratched to shreds. Ow, 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 what's wrong with my hands? I try to stand. Ow, 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 my feet, what happened to me? Yeah, I guess that's from all the climbing. I told you, it wasn't ready for that. What's that ready for? What? Its anatomical structure is far too delicate. I try to slow it down. Yeah, Flu, if you try restraining a human who's that determined. It was like Margay. Its anatomically structural didn't seem delicate to me. I was like, a what? Doing what? You made your own way back to the beach. Okay, but that doesn't explain. I show my bleeding hands. Ah, you crawled. Kara? Kara? Who's Kara? That's not my name. It's a term of endearment. It's an Irish thing. It's inappropriate. Wait, I crawled? You sure did. Like a cat? Yep. All the way from the mountains? Like a bleeding mountain lion. Impressive. But why? Because you got the sickness. Shh. Maybe you should sit down, human. We need to have a talk. Possibly a long talk. Talk? Yes, that's right. Since when can cats talk? Oh, for goodness sake. Since the dawn of time. How else do you think we communicate? Stop splitting whiskers, Major. You know full well what the human is saying. I think the revelation here, Kara, is that you can understand us. Yes, that too. Will someone please explain what the hell is going on here? Well, we don't fully understand everything ourselves, at least not all the details of how this works. I think being stood in the forest surrounded by a bunch of talking cats is about as much detail as anybody would want. I agree. And more to the point, we were rather hoping you would be able to help us. You are the scientist, after all. What we do know is that the clock has started ticking for you. What do you mean? Well, there's no easy way to say this to you, Kara. You'll be catified. I'll be what? Whether you help or not, you don't have a lot of time before... If I may, it would seem we are basing this on our experiences to date, that when a human manages to find themselves in what I believe you call the danger zone, they are vulnerable in ways that they previously were not. That is to say, you're screwed. You're not helping me make me... Water Mountain Lion. There'll be no violence of any kind. Forgive me for being a bit panicked here. The vulnerability to which Snooty Booty was referring is, simply put, you are bitten or scratched by an elder cat within the danger zone, you will begin a process of change that ultimately result in a full feline transition. Catified. So basically you're telling me I'm a werecat? I look down and amongst scratches on my right hand are two distinct puncture marks. The reality of my situation descends on me like a cold mist. Basically. My head is spinning. It's too much for me to take in. Take a breath now, Kara. You're not looking so good. What? Have I started to change? Feel my head for ears, fur. Everything seems to be normal. No. I just meant you're looking a bit shaky. Understandably so. I take a few deep, steady breaths and calm myself enough to say, okay, so... Why? How? What? Give me some data. What have you got so far? Look, we'll answer anything we can, but the truth is we have more questions than answers here. On that note, it looks like I have run out of time. If you want to see more of this, leave down in the comments. Basically, this is a cat dating game where I could date all these cats and many more. It seems rather interesting and rather weird, but I thought I would share. If you haven't noticed, I have a camera. Please excuse everything in the background. I do not have a blind yet to hide everything that is there. So, until the next video, be kind to each other.